For the fifth consecutive day, the Sickout at Princess Margaret Hospital continued, severely impacting operations at the public health facility. The situation even creating massive issues for funeral homes and people who recently lost loved ones, as the suspension of services at the morgue meant that bodies could not be retrieved or even identified. Around 100 PMH employees gathered outside the hospital this morning to voice their grievances. Their main issue centers around who will receive COVID-19 honorariums and who will not. The National Guardian understands more than 300 employees called in sick today. The list has swelled to include employees from PMH's kitchen and housekeeping. Bahamas Public Service Union President Kimsey Ferguson declined to comment on the Sickout. However, he advised that a meeting has been scheduled with management at PHA to discuss the honorariums and the subsequent fallout. But this Sickout is having an effect on not just the living, but the dead as well.
Bodies cannot be released to us for burial, and at the same time, we are at a point where we cannot even put bodies into the morgue that would have died outside of hospital because the morgue is full to capacity.
Bahamas Funeral Directors Association President Chris Ferguson said funeral homes have been grappling to find ways to deal with the suspension of services at the morgue. As a result, he says they've had to be creative.
We were adamant and insisting that a doctor come to the house to sign a death certificate because of our fear that because the morgue is full, the body would actually decompose if we were to attempt to take it to Princess Margaret. Because one, there's no personnel there to receive us, and number two, the morgue is full to capacity.
In a statement, PHA said morgue services resumed Monday, August 16th, with the release of remains. Identification of remains will resume on Tuesday, August 17th. But on Monday afternoon, funeral director after director said the situation was still a nightmare. Vaughn Jones says one funeral already had to be postponed because the body couldn't be collected.
It's very difficult for families as well, due to the fact that the grief process is such a burden on them, and so from our standpoint, with the morgue having these delays, it is causing much problems.
When we visited Demerit's funeral home, we met a family who had been trying to get their mother's remains from PMH's morgue since she passed away on Friday. While they did not wish to speak on camera, Demerit's managing director Llewellyn Aswood II said the Sickout at PMH has done more damage to families than one can imagine.
It's just a matter of us being not able to control the situation. You know, we do not have control of the morgue staff, so right now we as funeral directors, we are trying to be as accommodating as possible to the morgue staff as well as to the family members so that we could try to be a bridge to the gap. Right. Yes, so that we could get things done in a timely manner.
For the Guardian News Network, I'm Kyle Joaquin.